Today we're going to take a look at Miles Silva's backside big spin. First, I want to let you know that this video is not comprehensive. I don't go over like every single technique of a big spin. I just focus on what Miles Silva is doing and what I learned from it. So if you want a more comprehensive video, I made 10 ways to make big spins easy on my Patreon. I'll leave that linked in the description below. So with that, I hope this video helps. All right guys, today I just watched Miles Silva's new part, City to City. I was in awe of Miles Silva's backside big spin, and something clicked that I think is the secret to how Miles Silva does back big spins so consistently. And also Miles Silva, everything he does is like so structured. His technique is so on point that I feel like it's easy to break it down because he's literally like a textbook in motion. So it's easy for me to see what he's doing. So I'm gonna share with you guys what I think is the secret to Miles Silva's backside big spins. And then I'm gonna test it out, do a big spin down the drop today, and see if my theories are actually valid. So there's a video I made a little while ago about ugly backside 180s versus proper backside 180s. So real quick, I'll kind of demonstrate what those are, because understanding the difference between an ugly back 180 and a proper back 180 is actually really key to understanding what Miles Silva is doing in this trick. Okay, so this is supposed to be a proper back 180. You pop it up and you pull it around with your back foot. I don't know how well I did it, but hopefully that gives you an idea. Now this is what I call an ugly back 180. Whoa, really ugly back 180. But basically the difference is, with the first one, I'm popping, dipping, and pulling with my back foot. The second one, the ugly one, I'm basically just doing a rocket back 180. The reason this is relevant to Miles Silva's backside big spin is because, so when I made that post about ugly versus proper back 180s, my homie Reese commented, ugly back 180s or rocket back 180s have their place in skateboarding. When I saw Miles Silva do the backside big spin, a light bulb went off, and I realized that what I call the ugly backside 180 is the foundation for doing a backside big spin, which I think is why this trick is so difficult for a lot of people, is because it's more of like an intermediate trick. And so the foundation that you build with your backside 180, once you start to get that down and do it proper, no longer translates into the backside big spin. So let me show you what I mean. With the ugly backside 180, you're pretty much just scooping your back truck. So all of your weight is over this back foot, and it stays over the back foot the entire time because you're not really using your front foot to do much. The ugly back 180 is all from just popping the board and then just following around. So you're not like really doing too much with your front foot. It kind of guides it a little bit, which is also very similar to the backside big spin. But basically, an ugly back 180, your weight is really over this back truck, like not exactly over it, maybe like somewhere right here. And then you just rotate your shoulders and lift your front foot. And that's an ugly back 180. Do you notice when Miles Silva is up in the air, his front foot is really high and his back foot is really low, just like a rocket backside 180. Because you're doing a pop shove it in a big spin, you can't use your front foot at all. Thinking of it like a rocket back 180 or an ugly back 180 helps reset your brain into, okay, I need to keep all the weight close to this back truck. And then as you turn around, you maintain the weight over your back truck. So that way when you land, you're structured, you're balanced. Otherwise, if you put your weight on your front foot, you're gonna slip out. So if you have really pivoty back 180s, you've gotta basically forget that pivot motion when you're doing the backside big spin, because the whole goal here is to basically do the whole trick with just the pop. So just like a ugly back 180 where your front foot isn't doing much, you just basically pop and follow the trick around. Now the only difference between an ugly back 180 and a big spin, to me, they're pretty much exactly the same trick. The only difference is a slight variation in how you pop your tail. So with a pop shove it, a lot of people struggle with that type of pop because you're doing a whole lot of nothing pretty much. It all is just how you pop it, and you barely do anything. You just pop with a little bit of a turn. So when you're doing an ollie, you want to pop it straight up and straight down. With a pop shove it, you just pop it a little bit crooked, and then the momentum of this nose going crooked is what pulls the whole trick around. So when you're doing a backside big spin, it's as if you're doing just that ugly back 180, but instead of popping it like an ugly back 180, you're gonna pop your nose just a little bit more rotated than you normally would. And if you get a good pop, the board should come around and do a nice big spin. Something like that. So now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna work through and kind of redevelop my big spin technique using these ideas that I'm talking about. So here's how I'm gonna go about developing this backside big spin technique. First thing I'm gonna do is just get a few solid pop shove-its with that little crooked pop. So once the pop shove-its are feeling good, we're just gonna do some flat ground rocket back 180s. Basically like, almost like I'm doing a pop shove-it and rotating my body with it. There we go. So it's all in that pop. So now I'm just gonna try and combine the two. And what I think is really, really cool about thinking about the tricks this way is it makes it really intuitive, because you can use tricks that you already know, think about it in a certain way, that it's more like seamless to combine them. And that's why I like watching Miles Silvas, because his technique is so on point. You can almost see all the individual tricks going on. So ugly back 180 with a crooked pop. I'm not mad about that at all. It over rotated on me, which normally mine under rotates, so I'm hyped on that. There we go. I think sometimes when you're learning a new trick, all the new stuff can be so overwhelming that you forget the basic stuff. And so it can be hard to get like a proper jump and just do like the fundamental things that you need to do. So thinking about it this way, relating it to another trick, I find helps me learn a lot faster. Because then it's not really like learning, I'm more just like combining things that I already know. One last thing I do want to say about Miles' back big spin is he's really good at doing it in a straight line. So there's very little travel. He's not like jumping towards his toes. His weight is very much in like the same position it would be if he was doing a body varial hippie jump. So he's staying like really, really vertical over the board. There's not a lot of like falling forward. And I think that really helps him to be able to do it down gaps, because it's easy for him to keep the board right underneath him, which I think makes it a lot more versatile. So let's go over to the drop and then see if we can make it happen down the little baby drop. Okay, so I probably wouldn't do this on like an actual drop, like a height that is more dangerous, but because it's a baby drop, I'm literally going to practice the ugly back 180 down this as a warm-up. I'm gonna do a couple of those, and then I'm gonna do a couple pop shove-its, and then just try and put them together. Oh my gosh. All right, that felt a bit better. Now we're gonna move on to a couple pop shove-its. Not the best feeling, but I mean, I'm landing them, so let's do one more and then we'll move on to the big spins. Oh, jeez. Pop shove it's there. It's just not the best. So I think we're ready to go ahead and combine it. The big thing I'm thinking about here is I do not want to do a proper back 180 body position and land on my front foot, because that will cause me to shoot out. And with the little bit of impact, it'll shoot out really quick. Could slam, could not, but I don't want to play with that. So I'm really gonna focus like an ugly back 180, keeping my weight over this back truck. Not exactly, but you know, trying to center myself over this so that when I land, when I turn around, I'm gonna be landing again on this foot, which is now my front foot. So I'll be stable rather than putting all my weight on my front foot and then slipping out like that. So, oh, okay. Yeah, that one I felt immediately. I leaned too much on my front foot and I was ready to land and slip out. So I kicked away. Just need to keep my weight over the back foot. Rocket ollie. That's what I gotta think. Rocket ollie. Okay. That was a little bit better, but still my weight was not correct. I'm gonna fix my weight. Let's get it right here. Oh, that was perfect. I panicked a little bit because the board came underneath me and I just got scared. But there we go. I just gotta stay over the board, stay composed, and we should get it. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's right there. Let's get it. Keep my knees bent and trust it. That was it. Oh, come on. Oh, that one felt good. Like, caught it with my front foot and I just under rotated. Okay, I just gotta do a rocket 180 and a slightly crooked pop and just sit in that uncomfortable space that I'm not used to being, which is just doing this down something. In the discomfort zone, I'll land this. I know what I need to do. I just need to trust that I can do it. Oh. I wanna get one solid one, no tic-tac. Just bolt, roll away, clean. Just gotta get rid of that tic-tac. Damn it. Oh, damn it. I know I can do them better because I like this trick a lot on flat ground. So like, I know what it feels like to land it good. Oh my gosh. Damn, that would have been the one. Shout out to Silvas for just having such good technique that it's easy to like steal from his technique and apply it to my own. I will be doing a full like comprehensive trick tip on my Patreon. So if you guys want to see that, I'll leave the link down in the description. I'll have a free trial link. So if you want to just check it out, dabble, see if it's for you, feel free to use that. Make every day a Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.